Good afternoon, everyone. Life is not always a bowl of cherries, but it doesn't matter. We always come out the other end. Today, let me wipe my nose. Today, I'm using something different. So, I've had my nails done. Look, aren't they pretty? Because Pete said to me, put some pink on your nails. So, I did. So, I've got lovely pink nails, look. Okay, so when we've joined, everybody comes on. I'm using stones. A lot of you seen me work in stones before, but I know it all is a lesson we have to learn. So as we're coming into our special time at the moment, I just want you all just to think back and send out your healing to all your friends and family who you know needs it. Because I know I've sent out healing today for my husband. He's still in hospital. He's been in now a month. So I know as we talk to the different people, maybe they need the healing. Maybe they need that little bit of upliftment. I know that Stace needs a bit of healing at the moment. And I know that she is a lovely lady that gives as well as receives. So whatever she does, it is always to help. Hi, Amy Louise. You're first on today, look. And the first on gets my first stone, which is the chestnut leaf. Can you see it? Dark green and a light green. But this is central to what we're looking at. So as we look at that leaf, it shows you that you have a heart. And that heart goes out to everybody who needs. And as I see the inner self of you, the two greens, that is love. And that love comes to you from not only your family in the spirit world, but also from the world around you. I know this lovely stone was sent to me by a lovely man in Scotland. And he just thought I could do with a little bit of upliftment. So he sent me these. So I feel with you, you need that little bit of upliftment yourself. When I give you this leaf, it means strength, inner strength, because as you can see, the inner leaf. And this is what you need at the moment. Okay, sweetheart. I have a lady here with you, and this lady is rubbing her hands. I feel a grandma. She loved the colour red. I'm also seeing white, so she loved white and red. I'm just looking now, sweetheart. This lady who's with you, I just feel that she is your grandma. She said that you have got a lot going on in your plate at the moment, but the changes will happen at the end of September. She said you have to open your heart and your mind to possibilities, because that's what September means, providence and possibilities. I know the colours mean a lot to you, like your heart. But I know that the chrysanthemum is the flower of September and November. But I know with this stone, I know that you just need, just for a few moments, to stop, look and listen. Sweetheart, I've got the name of Joan, also the name of Margaret, and also Peggy connected around you. I know that you are questioning yourself too much. Just take what's in store and know that you will receive. Okay, as the lady steps aside, I've got a gentleman here with you. And this gentleman is wearing a brown jacket and cord trousers. I want to say either dad or granddad. He had a problem with his head before he passed to the spirit world. So either a stroke condition or he had problems with the brain. He gives me Roy and Arthur and John. So I know they're connected around you, sweetheart. But at the end of the day, sweetheart, you have to ask your inner self for answers. You know, write your question down. And whatever happened, I know that you will find your answers just by writing down what will happen for me in September. First thing that comes to mind is your answer. He gives you some beautiful, beautiful orange roses. So I know the orange rose is for you and your adrenal system. So maybe you've got a problem with your tummy at the moment or your bladder, but I just want to give you that orange. All right, sweetheart? And I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Charmaine Hill, please. Can I talk to you? Charmaine Hill, this is your stone. Looks a lot like a spider, doesn't it? But it's not. It's like a clock. And this reminds me of patience. We have the color yellow, the color purple, the color blue, and the color yellow. And these are all colors. In the center of this stone is your heart. So you've been going through it's like things are happening around you and you don't know which way to go. But this stone is saying, fortune conquers the brave. So whatever you've got going on in your life at the moment, sweetheart, it will come right for you. I have a lady with you, and this lady, she comes forward. She's wearing a pink and white dress. I feel it's on a photograph. I know this lady is either your mom or your grandma. She was a lady that loved to be outside in the garden. She's shown me tying up roses. She's also shown me as well honeysuckle, and also she's shown me blackberries. So she loved to cook with blackberries. And she's also saying as well, she loved the honey from the honeysuckle. This lady is about 5'3". She's a lady that liked to be herself. She said, so do you, Charmaine. You like to be yourself. I see flashing lights. So you're seeing spirit energies around you. I just had it through my left hand eye, so I know that's the left hand you're seeing. But what the lady's saying, your left hand doesn't always know what your right hand is doing. So you need to settle down. Charmaine, she gives me the name of Sandra. She gives me also the name of Rose and also Mary. Gentleman now comes and he gives me the name of David and John. He's a man that was in the Navy. He's shown me daisies. So I don't know whether he passed in September because that is the month of the daisies. He was a gentleman that was very strong in the mind and the body. And he brings you so much love from the spirit world. This is dad or granddad. He shows me a waterfall. So I want to say Scotland, where the waterfalls are. So maybe it is like my water behind me. He loved the water. He said just to say to you, your strength is in your knowledge. Your knowledge comes from within. Use the love that you get from the spirit world and find you again. All right, Charmaine, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Teresa Rossi, please, can I talk to you? Teresa, this is the song Fireworks, but if you look at it, it's flowers. Can you see this lovely flower that is erupting? But it reminds me of fireworks and November. But as you look at this lovely stone, you can see the lilies of the valley, and you can also see where the firework is erupting. I know as I look at this stone and feel this stone, it's very much part and parcel of nature for you. You're a lady that loves to be in charge, but you're not always in charge of self. I have a lady with you, and this lady is about 5'4". She's a lady that wore a scarf. She said that when she was on the earth plane, she loved her family. She especially loved her grandchildren. So I feel this is your Nan. She was a lady that loved flowers, and especially lilies of the valley. I know the name of Lily comes in. And also I want to give you the name of Rosa. She's saying about knowing where you're going next. You have to follow your dreams, because if you don't follow your dreams, you won't get nowhere. I'm seeing a road, and that road, as I say, it's the road to nowhere. But I know your road is letting you go forward. You have to start to think about yourself again and show others your inner strength. At the end of the day, everything that happens, it happens for a reason. But I know at the end of the day, you will find yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Nathaniel, are you still here? Nathaniel? Nathaniel, I want to give you the crystal, and it is the Dalmatian crystal. It is a beautiful stone. It's full of possibilities, and I feel it's possibilities you need at this moment. Look at the shape of this stone. It looks as though it's got a face in it. When you turn it that way, it is something different. But this stone means opening spiritually to find yourself. This is your land. It's how far you've come. You see the house in the distance and the trees. This is part of your life, Nathaniel. But I know I have a gentleman here with you. And the gentleman brings you some beautiful, beautiful tulips. He loved to be in his garden. He loved his spring flowers. He also loved to put his vegetables in. He was a strong man. He was a man that gave as much as he could. I want to say it's either your dad or your granddad. He was a man of many, many talents. He says, so are you. He's saying that he was in the army and he followed every path. But he says you have to follow your own pathway to find your true link to life, Nathaniel. You need a circle that can help you to progress. You need someone that can teach you the way. And I'm hearing that song, teach me thy way, O Lord, teach me thy way. And I feel this is what you're needing at the moment, just a mentor that can help you to move forward. The gentleman gives me Thomas. He gives me John. And he also gives me Peter. So they're all connected around you. There's also with you, sweetheart, a lovely lady. And this lady that comes forward for you would give you a smack if she thought you weren't doing it right. The lady gives me Rose, the name Rose, and also Peggy. So I know they're both connected around you. But look for the meaning of the Dalmatian crystal. You will understand what I'm talking about. But trust in yourself. You will get there. Okay, I'll leave that with you because you've not answered me at all. I want to talk to Karen Berry, please. Karen, I'm giving you the smoky crystal. It's a clear crystal which you can use like a crystal ball. And if you look into this crystal, I can see words. I feel that you need to start to look for things, maybe using a book, to travel, to see yourself, know how far you've come. This clear smoky quartz is for the healing of the mind. As I hold it in my hand, it's heating up, so I know healing is needed around you. It is a lovely crystal, and I see in here a lady that is bending over a stove. She's got a big pan. I feel she's making jam. I know that she is your nan or your mum, but she's making jam in a jam pan. I can see the jam pan clear as a bell. And as I look into this crystal, I see a painting on the wall. And the painting on the wall is like a landscape of a house. I've got a headache on my left-hand side. So she either passed with a stroke or she had an embolism. She gives me Margaret, and she also gives me as well the name of June, or the month of June. She said you have to stick to what you know best. But she said you always need to leave yourself no choice. You need a circle that can help you to pass on to where you need to be. Gentleman comes now with the name of Jim or James. I feel he had a little bit of a beard or something here. But I know this lovely smoky quartz has come from him. I want to say dad or granddad. A man with lots of things to do. He's showing me openings to new beginnings. So I know you are looking to new places and new things to happen. And I want to say by December this year, you will find where you need to be. Just be more positive. Find yourself again. I see when I look in this crystal ball, I see an eye that is opening. The eye is quite open. So I know you need a circle. Read the book, The Celestine Prophecy. When you've read that, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. There's also a DVD of the Celestine Prophecy. There's also a DVD of The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Just remember, now is the time to set your goals. And now I want to leave that with you, Karen, and say thank you for working with me. Right. Can I come? I want to come to, let's have a look. I know I've just seen a person I need to call. Caroline Breen, please. Caroline Breen. You still here, Caroline? Caroline, I want to give you this stone. It's a waterfall within a cave. And if you can see the tree of life, can you see the two warriors that are there? But as I look at this, as I've done this, it's showing me the gold on the back, and there's a cat on the back. But when I look at this, we have the Crusaders. There are 3, 2 pronounced and 1 that is hidden. Caroline Breen, I'm talking to. I see here all the colours. We have the white, the blue, the gold, the silver, the red. And I know, Caroline, as I give you this is your spiritual journey. Can you see? This is a beautiful stone. Even though I say so to myself, that was what Spirit decided me to paint on there. I have a lady here with you, Caroline, and this lady's your mum or your nan. And she was a lady that said it as it was. I can't tell you what she just said to me, but I know she did everything in her power to get family back together again. She said, you try and keep your family together. And she's very proud of you. I want to say nan or mum. She was a lady that loved to bake. She was a lady that loved to clean. She hated spider webs. She would go round every week with a fluffy thing and just do it all the way around the room. She was a lady that also loved to be outside. And I can see her sleeves rolled up, doing things outside. I see the borders, and in the borders, I can see some beautiful nasturtiums. So I know that beautiful flower is either orange or red, even yellow. But the nasturtiums are the food of choice. I'm given Florence and Edith for you. I also see a gentleman that is stood in the far corner of the garden watching her. He's a gentleman that loved his garden. He was very precise when he put things in. He would use his string and his 2 bits of wood to measure. He said to give you Peter and Robert. At the end of the day, Caroline, just remember, you are important. Trust in yourself. Find you again. I know at the end of the day, there's a lot going on in your life, and I know it will happen where you will find your true self. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Faye Ennis, please. Faye, this is your stone. And if you look at it, it's all the different beings. There's a house in the wood. It is just all the colours which are meant for you. We have the red, the gold, the silver, the blue, navy blue. You understand someone that was in the Navy. The moon is just hiding behind the clouds. And I feel at the moment you've got cloudy vision. I know at the end of the day, you have to follow your dreams. But when I see this stone with all the colours there, it's like the rainbow. I've got question marks. You're questioning yourself. You've got so much to do in your life, sweetheart, but you need to stop, look, and listen. Show people that you're very, very strong. And as I give you this beautiful stone and put it that way, you can see exactly the pathways I'm meaning. Even to the question marks, look, they're all there. So you've been questioning yourself. I have a lady here with you that gives me Dorothy, gives me Francis as well, and also gives me June. So I know they're there. Sweetheart, I don't know if you understand, but I've just been given motor neurons disease. So somebody that had you either in a family or a friendship tie. Because she's just come in her wheelchair and she's just moved it out the way and said, I don't need this anymore. Okay. The lady that's with you, I feel it's Mom. But the others are all just shouting out. So I feel you've had a lot of people shouting out to you just recently. You've been asking quite a lot of questions. And I want to say that your questions will be answered. I know there's a lot going on in your life. Time to say to self, everything will be okay. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with you. Kellyanne Wood, please. I want to give you the eye. Kellyanne Wood. It's gold, silver, white, and navy. Kellyanne Wood, are you still here? If you are, this eye is for you. The opening of the eye to let people see that you are ready to move forward on your pathway. The eye is the spirit eye and it's opened. And I know you are ready to take on anybody who wants to put you down. You say, I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able. If you don't like the way I am, then on your bike. And this is how I'm feeling with you at the minute. You've got people around you that are holding you back some way. Kelly, just go yourself your own way. Don't let others put you back. I feel you're very much like me. You know how far to go. But sometimes you feel you're not doing it right. It's like taking your head and putting it in a different place. But I know the eye is open now spiritually, and it's for you to move forward. Right, I have a lovely lady with you. The lady's about 5'3". A lady that would have sat like this. Elbows on the table, hand under, just watching. She loved to read Mills and Boons, magazines. She just loved her books. She just said she read before she passed Victoria Andrews' Flowers in the Attic. She said she looks after you from afar. She's now time, sweetheart. Shut the door to the past and move forward. Be yourself. Show self how strong you are. I know at the end of the day, sweetheart, it's all to do with knowing how far you've come and how far you have yet to go. I am given Lily, I'm given Mary, and I'm given Edna. They're connected around you somewhere. And Betty. I'm also seeing a gentleman. And this gentleman that's with you was in the army. He was very straight-backed. He knew how he lived his life. It was his life. Oh, right. Oh, that is, well, she just gave me that. So I know it was written by Victoria Andrews. This is what she said. But the gentleman with you is dad or granddad. He gives me George. He said about knowing your onions. And that is meaning knowing yourself for who you are. I know, sweetheart, you just need for a few moments to settle yourself down and find yourself again. Trust in what you can get with this opening to spirit, but get yourself into a proper circle and follow the yellow brick road. All right, sweetheart, we'll leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Christine Marias, please. Christine, I'm giving you this leaf. And this leaf is an oak leaf. You can see it's a different one than the first one I used. But look at it. It's like your heart is within yourself. You're a lady that holds your heart in the palm of your hand. You also help so many people. But this beautiful stone is like knowing how far you've got yet to go on your pathway. This lovely oak leaf is like I have the leaf within the leaf. And I know this leaf is showing you have got so much to do in this life. I have a lady with you. And this lady had either an embolism or a stroke on the left-hand side. I'm given Barbara, Margaret, and Florence. I want to shout out for you. I feel you've got so much to do and so much to give. And I feel I want to stand in the middle of a field and shout, I am Christine Marius. I need my help, my love to come to me and the healing. I'm seeing a dog basket, and I can see a little dog laying in this basket. So your dog, I feel it's only a small dog, so it'd be a Jack Russell or a little terrier. As I'm talking to this lady, she's very much a person that loved you. I have a gentleman with you, and the gentleman, as he comes forward, I want to say dad or granddad. He was a gentleman that would give you his left arm if he could. He was very much a man that gave his all. Husband or father. I am given also the names of Robert and Peter. Watch where the next full moon sees changes with you, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Can I talk to Tony Coppins, please? Tony Coppins, I want to give you the moon, the land, and also, if we look here, it's like Winterland. Yeah? I know as I look at this, I see you have got a long way to go in your life. I see your pathway is silvery, and I want to sing to you, in the light of the silvery moon, I know that love is always with you to know. I have a lovely lady, and she's singing to you. I see a piano, so maybe she played a piano, but she loved to sing. And often she would make her own words up to the songs. She's given me the song or the hymn, All Bright and Beautiful, All Creatures Great and Small. So I know that she loved the outside and loved winter time. This lady with you, Tony, is either Margaret or Mary. I know she was a lady that gave her all. She was a lady that was very strong. She loved you, and she said she loved you. She's saying now is the time to make those changes. She's very much a grandma figure because she's just brought you a Toblerone. Oh, it is your nan. Okay, a Toblerone. And it was a big one which she brought you for Christmas. But everybody used to have a slice of this Toblerone. She's showing me a drawer in a table. And in that drawer was always crayons for you to play with. As she steps aside, I've got a lovely gentleman here. He's riding a bike. And with him, running by the side of him, is the dog. He was either a farmer or he worked on a farm. He loved his pork pie because he just brought me a pork pie. He said, you like pork pie too. I'm given the name of Edward, William, and also John. So now they're connected with you, Tony. But just remember, sweetheart, remember yourself. Look after yourself and be yourself. Find yourself a lovely circle that can help you progress. And I'm going to leave there with you. Thank you for working with me. Linda Wallace, please. I want to give you this piece of agate. Linda Wallace. It's black with the lines through it. A crystal agate is part and parcel of your life. I feel this lovely crystal is part of your life. Look at it. It's like the lights. And if you look at it, as I can see it, it's like the third encounter, you know, that film. But it's a face. And it is an agate. Right, I have a lady with you. The lady is wearing a polka dot dress. I want to say this is either a nan or an aunt. I see a photograph of her in this white dress with black spots. She's got her hair tied back, and she's very much a lady that loved you to pieces. She gives me Sheila, Betty, and also she gives me Maggie. She said I had to give you that song, Maggie, Maggie May, Maggie May. So I feel it's all connected around this lady. I feel she had a cancer condition before she went to the spirit world. But she brings you some beautiful daffodils. So March, April for this lady. There's also another lady with her. And she gives me Jean. So this is Nan or Mom. I know that she wants to bring you peace of mind. She says, love who you are, sweetheart. You'll always get what you need. Not what you want, but what you need at the right time. Gentleman now here with you. And he gives me Tom. And I know he was a very strong man when he was on the earth plane. He brings you lots of love from the spirit world. And he gives me Tony. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Can I talk to Patrick if you're still here, please? Patrick? Patrick Monaghan? I saw you there a minute ago. Are you still here, Patrick? Yay or nay? Hi, Patrick. I need to give you this stone. Can you see this beautiful stone? It's a marigold. Can you see it? This is here for your strength of character. I can smell new mown grass. And I know this is from someone in the spirit world that's bringing you love. I'm just looking. It's got 12 petals. Orange, red, and also it is a lovely purple with it. It is a beautiful stone that is your heart stone. And I know this is brought for you to help you to progress on your healing journey. I'm told here I have your guide with you. And he says, trust in yourself always. People may put you down, but stop worrying. You will get there. Your life hasn't been as well as you've liked it. But he's saying he comes with you. Your guide is very much part and parcel of your life at the moment. And he said the struggles come from people that don't know you. But you have to now start to respect yourself and know that respect comes from you. But you know what I'm talking about. And this is why your guide is here. He says you don't take anything to heart. Just know it yourself, that you love yourself for who you are. I have a lady here with you. And this lady, as she comes forward, she brings you a glass of red wine, a steak, chips, and she said, I have to give you a salad. She said, you know what she's on about. She has a black and white dog with her, and she's patting its head. And she's saying, Patrick, that you are strong in the mind as well as the body. You just need to find the way you need to be at the moment. So she must be watching what you're having. I feel it's your mum I have with you, sweetheart. You understand the name of Marion? And also, I want to give you Diane as well. I don't know, but I just feel a bit of a lost with me at the moment. So I need you to give me some healing, I feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? But this stone is for love. And it's also from the lady. She loved marigolds. Okay, Patrick, we'll leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Let's come down the bottom now. Okay. Oh gosh, they're all okay. Let me just come to the bottom. Sorry, everybody. I just needed to... Joanne Jones, please. Oh, we've got another one. Smoky quartz. Can you see that lovely smoky quartz? It's a bit bigger than the last one I had, but this is showing you like an opening to new possibilities. This beautiful crystal, which you can use as a crystal ball, is showing me you changing some curtains. So either you are changing curtains or you have been taking some curtains down. I'm also seeing through this, I'm seeing your kitchen, and I can see you making a sandwich. So maybe you've just made that sandwich, but I see that in that lovely crystal. The smoky quartz. As I look, I can see a lady in there, and this lady is outside in a garden. And the garden is full of lovely flowers. Oh, she's gone. This lady, I feel, is mum or grandma. This lovely crystal is showing me that you should be able to see inside a crystal ball. Oh, sweetheart. I don't know what's happening, Claire. You can't see me. But this lovely crystal is part and parcel of your life at the moment. Ah, she showed me that in that crystal. Okay. The lady with you has given me Wendy. And also she's given me Joan. And she just said about Betty. She's showing me a table that has on it a bowl with a light. So she's trying to show me your front room. Joanne, she gives me Joan as well. So there are people around you. You understand either a vicar or somebody around you. That's the light she was showing me on the table. Right, gentleman comes forward. He's got a spade and he's outside digging potatoes. I feel he's getting some potatoes for dinner. He's also got a cabbage. And also got a lovely, lovely, I want to say it's a marrow. So he's showing me vegetables for the garden, from the garden. I'm shown the name of Gareth and also David. So the people around you, sweetheart. He just said to say to you, you've got to eat your 5 a day to make you fit and well. So I feel you're not very well at the moment. But I know just to say to you, always remember your spirit family are always around you. And thank you for working with me. Right, Michelle Archer, please. I want to give you this lovely blue crystal. Can you see? It is a thumbstone. And it's absolutely full of light. Okay? Can you see it? Each way you turn it, it's showing you different things. But I feel with this blue, beautiful blue stone, it is for here. Speak out. You've got something that's happening around you. I know with you, Michelle, there is so much going on in your life. There's so much love. And I know as I hold this, there's something happening around you at the moment where you have to say no and mean no. So this is what this is saying about your throat chakra, saying it as it is and getting rid of the past. Get rid. Michelle, I have a lady here with you. And this lady, she comes forward. She's a small lady. I want to say about 5'4". She sat there with a big bowl and she's peeling. She's like she's peeling rhubarb and getting it red. I know she's a lady that absolutely loved to cook rhubarb pie, rhubarb crumble, rhubarb fool. She was very much a lady that had a big patch of rhubarb. I feel either your mum or your nan. I feel she was a lady that also loved to cook beef and onion pie, steak and kidney pie, sausage and mash. She's just showing me all these foods. As I'm holding this stone in my hand, she's talking to me as though I'm her best friend. So your nan must have been your best friend. She's showing me knitting and crocheting. She's showing me reading. She's very much a lady that loved you. I know with you, sweetheart, she just wanted to give you Ruth. She wants to give you also Michelle. She wants to give you Mary. And also she wants to give you John. As a gentleman comes in and he loves to be outside, he loved his birds. He brings me a robin and said the robin is your spiritual messenger. I know with this gentleman, he gives me Ted and Bill, so know they're connected around this gentleman. At the end of the day, remember, this blue stone is speak out. Don't keep it hidden. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Can I talk to Jenny Jones, please? Oh, Joanne Jones, Jenny Jones. Ah, there you go, Jenny. Jenny Jones. Look at the hearts. This is a stone full of hearts. And this is red, a beautiful red. Silver in the middle and purple in the inners. As I look at this stone, I feel with you, you love so many people, but you hate it when people let you down. And I feel people have let you down just recently. I want to say on here, nine petals. 9 petals, Jenny. Can you see? It is a flower of hearts. Hearts is love. And I know that you are very much a strong lady that gives so much of yourself. It's time just to settle back and say to self, I need to take some time out for me. I need me time. I know with you, Jenny, you can be a bit timid, but that timidness comes because, again, you don't like to speak out against anybody, but I feel the love's there for you. Jenny, I have a lovely gentleman here with you. This gentleman is husband, dad, or granddad. He was a gentleman that loved to be in his garden. He loved to go fishing. He was a gentleman that could turn his hand to any trade. He was a gentleman that was quite strong in the mind and the body. He gives me Andrew, and he also gives me Jim and Bill, and he wants to give me also the name of Paul. So they're all connected around you. He's very much a gentleman that wanted to say to you, always remember to look after yourself. I feel he loved the seashore because he's just showing me the sea now. I can see the waves storming up. So he loves storms. I know with you, Jenny, it's time just to put the past to bed and move forward. As a lady comes forward, she gives me Peggy straight away. She gives me Peggy and Betty. And she said I had to give you Lily. She brings me some beautiful gladiolis, so maybe Gladys as well. But all these people that are around you are to bring you love and to help you on your own path. Just take the love that is coming for you and say to self, I love myself for who I am. And remember, everything happens for a reason. Right, Claire, after all the trouble, let's talk to you, shall we? I want to choose a crystal for you. Right, Claire Walker. Here you go, lovey. It's a piece of Blue John crystal. It's all the blue, love, and it's all in lines. Each is part and parcel of your life. As you look at it again, it's different. Each is a pathway. It's showing me you, sweetheart. You are a strong person. You keep a lot to yourself, but you do help others. I know as I hold this crystal in my hand that you have to let the past go and move forward. I know you've got lots going on in your life at the moment, but it's like the world's your oyster. Whatever you do in life, it comes to you from the spirit within. Claire, I have a lady with you. The lady's about 5'2". She's very small, gran or great grandma. A lady that loved to sit up the table, and she would often do crosswords or word search. She's a lady that loved to bake. She's just made me some currant buns for you and some, what was that you're showing me? Oh, she showed me a lemon meringue pie. So she loved all of that. I know with you, Claire, this lady loves you to pieces. She's shown me you as a little girl in a pushchair, a photograph of her pushing you. And she's saying here that I have to give you Becky, the name Becky, friend or family, Lily, and also I want to give you Beatty. And I want to say to you, there's a lot going on in your life. Maybe you have to shut the door to the past to move forward. I am shown a beautiful peony for you, red. And she's also shown me a hydrangea. So she must have had those in her garden. As she steps aside, I've got another lady called Annie. She said I have to give you all the stupid things to give you. She's just given me a rag doll. This rag doll was made out of some of your earlier clothes. But she just said Annie. Sweetheart, she just said to say to you, know your strength and know how far you've got yet to go. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here. And this gentleman was in the, I think it was the Air Force. I know you have a lot going with you. Hello, Aaron. I won't have time to do you today, sorry. Because I leave at 1 because I've got to go. Sweetheart, as I say, this gentleman with you, he's bringing you a cucumber some tomatoes and some celery out of his greenhouse. I feel this is Dad or Grandad. Ah, well, the people always know you, though, sweetheart. But this gentleman with you has brought you so much love. You understand Bertie. And also, I want to give you Billy. So please take that love that is being given to you. And know at the end of the day, you must have wanted that reading for the way I was drawn to you. So everybody here on this page, thank you all for coming. We couldn't have a service without you. And I know at the end of the day, a lot of you can take a bit of everybody else's message. But I have to go to see my husband because my husband is still poorly and he's been in there a month. So continue with the healing, everyone. Goodbye. I'm back on Sunday